Today, I want to talk about all the lessons I've learned going out in the field, approaching those beautiful girls, and going to do pickup. Now, guys, when I initially started pickup, I didn't think I would be learning these lessons. I wouldn't be training my mind like this. But as you go out more often, as you train your mind to go against resistance, that is one thing that game does for you, is training your mind to go against that resistance wherever you feel resistance, whether it's your work, whether it's a beautiful girl that you're approaching. You're training your mind to go against that resistance, and you're training your mind to embrace anxiety. Now, I still feel the same amount of anxiety that I used to feel back then when I did my first approach, but how I deal with it is completely different. And that's one thing I've trained my mind to do, is when I feel that anxiety, I run towards that anxiety and I completely embrace it rather than suppressing it. And when I started doing pickup, it was more like I was suppressing all the anxiety. I was trying to run away from all the anxiety. I was too scared to feel that anxious. And when I used to feel that anxious, I used to postpone that work, or I didn't used to do that. But after learning game, after learning pickup, and funny how, approaching women can teach you all of this, because you never think about this, right? You never think that, hey, you're going to approach a beautiful girl, but you're also training your mind to go against that resistance wherever it feels it. And that was one of the biggest lessons which actually helped me in life, in my work, in my professional career, in my friendships, in my relationships. If there was a friend who I've not spoken to for a long time, if I'm feeling some resistance while talking to him, I'd rather just give him a call. If I'm feeling some resistance while I'm doing my work, I'd finish that task first thing in the day. So all of these things help me train my mindset to go against resistance. Whether it's starting your day with a cold water shower, or whether you're out in a club trying to approach that beautiful girl. The next big lesson that game taught me was game is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not something where I'll reach in 5 years, in 3 years. It's not something that I will achieve, but it's actually the journey. It's all about enjoying the process, enjoying the journey, rather than thinking about the destination. Because if you constantly think about, hey, I want to be that guy who constantly get all the girls, what will happen is you're still putting yourself down, all right? You're still thinking that I am not that. All right, man. I know you've been watching this. I know you've been working hard at your dating life. I know you want good results with women as well as your social life. And for that reason, we have launched the Dark Arts of Dating. Now, this is going to be a subscription program, and it's going to be cheaper than a cheese burst pizza. That guy, but the thing you have to understand is, you are a guy who's on his path, all right? You're a guy who's the top 1%, because definitely you know about social skills, and 99% of the people are not even aware this exists. So you are actually the top 1% who's going out there, working on himself, grinding his ass, hustling in the field. So don't forget that, all right? Don't forget that game is not a destination, all right? It doesn't really matter if you get laid with 100 girls. What matters is how you grow during that journey. What matters is whether you're enjoying that process or not. Now, a funny thing is, when initially I started game, I was not enjoying the process. I used to go out, I used to have so much stress that I'm going out in the field approaching some girls, and maybe a couple of you guys watching this might feel the same, that, hey, I'm a beginner, going out and approaching girls is very hectic. And I used to feel the same initially. Now, as I went out, I did a lot of approaches, right? I expanded my comfort zone, and soon things were a bit easier for me. For example, approaching a 1 set, 2 set became a little easy for me. As I expanded my comfort zone, every day it became easier for me. But if I didn't enjoy the process, if I was not having fun while I was going out, and this was probably the first 6 months, I was actually hating it. I was just going out in the field approaching girls, and I was fucking scared. And I just thought to myself, hey, if this is something I do every day, if this is something I'm doing every day for 4 to 6 hours, and I'm not enjoying it, I'm completely hating it, why not I just quit this, right? And then another thought came to my head, if I'm planning to quit this, why not just enjoy this? Rather than focusing on the numbers, focusing on getting the outcome, focusing on getting the girl home, why not just enjoy a game for a month? And I had a challenge for me, and that was no number closing or no pulling for a month. And guys, I was very adamant about this challenge, because this challenge really helped me to enjoy the process of talking to women. For the past life, I did not do much. It was not that happening. So it doesn't really matter if I don't take a girl home for a month. And guys, if you're stuck at a level where you're thinking game is not fun for you, it's because you're too much dependent on the outcome. You're too much thinking about taking the girl home. So stop doing that. And for a month, give yourself a challenge to go out every day, approach beautiful girls, and not take any numbers, not take any Instagrams, not take the girls home. Don't focus on that. Focus on enjoying the conversation with another human being. And another lesson that game taught me was being full-hearted towards everything. Because if you're not full-hearted towards that interaction in the field, then what will happen is the girl will not be that engaged. And that mindset I carry to other aspects of my life, whether it's working, whether it's creating an online dating profile for you guys, whether it's creating a YouTube video. The thing is, I trained my mind to be full-hearted towards each and everything that I'm doing, and that means deep focus and enjoying the present moment. Because I'm not worrying about what's going to happen next. I'm not worrying about what happened before, and I'm not thinking about all of that when I'm in the field. Instead, whatever I'm doing, whatever girl I'm talking to, I'm completely full-hearted towards her. And this actually helped me grow in my professional life, in my career, in my work, in my personal life as well. So if you're a guy who's feeling that you're unable to engage women, maybe that's the case. Maybe because you're not full-hearted towards each and every interaction. And what I mean by full-hearted is fully invested in the conversation, fully passionate about the conversation, not thinking about the past or the future, and not thinking about anything but having that interaction and enjoying that process. Now let's talk about the biggest lessons that I've learned from game. And guys, I want you to understand the biggest lesson that I've learned from game is after the pandemic, and that is adopt accordingly. Now, initially, when the pandemic hit, everyone's dating life suffered quite a bit because people were not able to go out. People had no idea what's happening. People had no idea how to connect with others, and people became very antisocial. And that was for me as well. Now, initially, my dating life was pretty good before the pandemic, but as the pandemic hit, it kind of died down. It kind of died down because there were lockdowns. I could not travel from my state to another state, and I used to go to another state to do game, and it was the first lockdown, so no one knew how long is this gonna be. And the girls who I was talking to, definitely the conversations died down because they were searching for guys near their place, and that's what I had to do. So one biggest lesson was adopt accordingly. Now, I always hated online dating. I was a guy who used to judge people who used to get good results on online dating, telling them, hey, you don't have that confidence. And I was a guy like that, all right? Now, from a mindset like that to a mindset like, okay, I want to explore this online dating and I want to dominate this online dating, it was all because I decided to adopt accordingly. And I saw a lot of my students who have signed up for the online dating secrets, a lot of students who have signed up for the online dating profile creation package did get a lot of good results, during those times. And people who just stuck on, hey, listen, I just want to do cold approach, I want to be close-minded, I don't want to try online dating because it doesn't help you build that confidence and all of these limiting beliefs. People who had these beliefs, their dating life suffered quite a bit. So this is again that time. I think it's coming. And guys, I want you to understand, it's very important in pickup to improve your dating life. It's very important to adopt accordingly. If you're a busy professional, go focus on online dating. Don't think about cold approach. Don't put yourself down because you're unable to do cold approach. Adopt accordingly. If you're a guy who's a student, you have more time on your hands, go do cold approach, go do online dating as well. If you're a guy who's hardcore into pickup stuff, but you've not gotten good results in online dating, try online dating because you have to open your mind. If you really want the best dating life, you have to take the water from all the sources. And guys, this is your coach Arnav. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little bit from the biggest lessons that I've gotten from game, and I hope you applied in your life.